Greetings everyone and welcome to Forager, a new first taste slash miniseries slash possibly, if there's enough interest, full series for the channel. Now, Forager is a game that has been on my radar for quite some time and has recently been suggested to me by many dabblings as it has released in the last few days on April the 18th, I believe. Now, Forager is developed by a one-person development or one-person developer, HopFrog, and published by Humble Bundle. The game is, in its own words, a cross between Stardew Valley, Terraria, and Zelda. I would go a little bit further, and I would say that it is effectively a clicker idle game that you really do tend to play actively rather than idly. It is an incremental game in spirit with a bit of the aforementioned Stardew Valley, Terraria, and Zelda layered on top. It makes for a very compelling and fun game, though a bit of a difficult one to explain. So we've grabbed a few items. As you can see, we can roam around and we can gather up various resources that will continually respawn around the land. There are different sorts of biomes and different resources will spawn on those biomes. Now, I've played a tiny bit of the game just to get my head around the controls and just a general idea of the first 20-30 minutes of the game prior to recording, just so that I knew what I was doing before we got into things. Now, the game does seem to, as with most incremental games, ramp up very quickly as you go. But, as you can see, we haven't got much land right now. I was speaking about biomes. We will be purchasing more land with time. But before we get to that, we can build some things. And the game is currently suggesting that I build a furnace, which means we need more stones. Very well, let's continue to gather these. Let's get started by building a furnace. I agree, let's go ahead and do that. Now, I'm getting a little bit of EXP every time I gather something, and that will in time allow me to level up and gain new skills and unlock further technology, so on and so forth. We've also got a little energy bar over there, and I'm having to gather food in preparedness for when that starts to get low, because you can actually lose health by trying to do anything when you're low on energy or when you get attacked. There are enemies in the game and there is a bit of a survival element to it. Although I have called it an idle or incremental game, this doesn't play like your typical idle or incremental game. As I mentioned, it is an idle game which you are strongly encouraged to play actively, but you do have this sort of ramping up and incrementally increasing production of most incremental games. Clicker heroes, cookie clicker, so on and so forth. Right, I'm gonna gobble down some citrus so we get some of our energy back, and we should have enough to build our first furnace. Now, I strongly recommend you leave plenty of room around your buildings. Let's pop our first one there. Now, we want to move on to a forge, which is going to require iron ingots and brick. And if we have a look in the furnace, brick we can make with stone. Iron we can make with iron, obviously, but we're going to need plenty of coal for that. Thankfully, we can in fact make coal. So let's go ahead and start making some coal. And while that's all going on, I'm going to continue gathering up some resources. You can make the coal by charring wood, as you no doubt noticed there. There we go, and it's not going to be long before we've got our next level up. Now, currently, we're having to gather pretty much everything manually, but later on that becomes a little bit easier. This is a game of just gradual automation over time, but we've got a skill point to spend, so let's go and take care of that. Now, we've got gear over here, we've got our basic items, accessories, seals, artifacts, land owned, treasures found. Marvelous. Let's go ahead and check out our skills. Now, roughly speaking, there are 4 main skill groups. You've got magic, you've got kind of nature, industry, and economy. Now, early on, I think we're probably going to go with foraging, because the Dapper Dragon thinks that it's generally better to take care of your food source before you start trying to get any big ideas like industrialization. Take care of the pennies, and the pounds will take care of themselves, as the saying goes. Now, if we grab foraging, it's going to allow us to find wheat and beets. Currently, those won't spawn at all, so it's going to expand our resources, and some of those, or rather all of them, are food, but I'm not sure you can just straight up eat wheat, but it will be something we can process later down the line. Now, I'm going to go ahead and unlock this one straight away. You can look at all of them without committing, but whenever you unlock a technology, it will give you access to any technologies adjacent to it in the cardinal directions. So, for example, if we unlocked gathering, we would unlock a magic skill. as well as 2 nature skills. Likewise, if we unlocked woodcutting, we'd unlock 2 nature skills and 1 industry skill, and so on and so forth. So bear that in mind. You're not strictly moving through just the skill group that you've selected. You will unlock pathways to other skills as long as they are adjacent to the skill that you're unlocking. But the foraging should be good for now. We're going to go ahead and exit out. Right. If we end up with enough materials, I'll build a second furnace just to speed things along. There is day and night in the game. There are also enemies, as I've mentioned, and these are things that we're going to need to be a little bit aware of. Now, I don't know if light plays a very large part in enemy spawning, but I wouldn't be too surprised if it did. I'm going to gobble down a couple of these berries. Now, there are a few things that I can build that may help us with our food situation. Let's go ahead and build some fish traps. I'll place them over there. And again, the same advice still stands. Try not to completely block yourself in, because I can't move over these traps. And eventually we're going to want to move off this island. We can effectively purchase more land. It's kind of procedural in what kind of lands you're going to get. Some of them are statically designed lands, so there'll be some sort of gimmick to it, or some central structure, or perhaps even an NPC. But most of the islands are just procedurally generated from what I've seen, and will have just a certain amount of land mass on them that may or may not be particularly useful to you. I'll be honest, some of them aren't very useful. Right, there we go. So, have we got enough to go with this? We should do. Let's go ahead and get 4 brick going, because that's what we're going to need for the anvil, or rather the forge, I believe it was. Let's grab this coal as well. That'll help out quite a lot. You can eventually collect that glow bug. For those who are wondering, if you could think of, if you see something in this and it would seem like you could interact with it in a certain way in games like Stardew Valley or Harvest Moon, you can probably interact with it in that way in this game as well. It really isn't playing around when it says it could be described as a cross between Stardew Valley, Terraria, and Zelda. That's not an idle boast. We want iron now, so if you hold down control, you can craft all of the ones you've got, but I only want 4. I'll build exactly the amount I need. We're starting to see some plants showing up as well, which is actually quite nice. Let's get some more berries. We've also got gold ore over there, and cotton, and I'm not sure what that is going to grow into in time, but for now, I am hungry, so I should probably gobble down some more berries. We'll take ourselves down to 6 berries. I think that'll be fine. There we go. We've caught something. What did we catch? We caught seaweed. Well, I mean, seaweed can be eaten, so it's not a complete wash, but still not exactly what I was hoping for. I'll be honest with you. Right, so next up, we want the I believe this is the forge. Now, I would like to place this one down here, right there, and I would like another furnace right over there. There we go. Perfect. Can I go ahead and build another fish trap? I can. Ah, truly marvelous. Now, what do I catch there? I caught a fish. Ah, happiest of days. Ah, there we go. There is a beach. Marvelous. We're already starting to see that skill paying off, because we can just straight up eat that. There we go. You'll eventually be able to do farming, but for right now, that's a bit of a ways off from what we're going to be using all of this for. There we go. Right. Next up, what other buildings can we build? We can build a sewing station. I'm going to need some fiber, so the cotton down there will be useful. And also 4 bricks. Very well. Let's go ahead and see how much coal could we get. We've only got 1 coal, and I'm going to want 3, so let's go ahead and make 3 more of that. And as we get that, then we'll be able to make use of it, hopefully, to get the bricks ready for everything else we're going to need. There we go. Let's get this bit of iron ore there. There we are. Level 3. Marvelous. Also, please make all of my bricks. Oh, I don't have enough stone. Well, now one of the interesting dilemmas that you're faced with this game is as you make more industrialization, you lose resource spawn points on the island. So plant carefully, plan carefully. Don't just go around building everything you can just because you can, because you'll very quickly run out of space. Now, we could look at magic. This will allow us to find fairies. I'm not exactly certain that that's the best move. Industry, unlock steel, glass, and we'll gain XP when building structures. Gathering, gain 4 inventory slots. Now, that is actually quite a big thing, and may well be worth it. Woodcutting, or we could just straight up gain some coins. Now, I'm going to go for economy so I can showcase how we will expand the lands that we can use. Also, economy will lead to coinage. We would be able to make coins on a forge out of gold, and we would get a little bit, we'd get some extra coins every time we forge coins, and storage unlocks vaults. This is going to save us so much time because we have limited bag space, as you may have noticed. I should buy more land and expand. I should. This is true. I can't afford that one. Can't afford this one. Can't afford that one. I can afford you. So I guess I'm taking you. Oh, okay. Very well. That was kind of crazy loud, but all right. Now we've got a little bit more land, and I do mean a little because of all of these little filled in areas. It's not exactly the best sort of space, but still, you'll notice that we've got some interesting structures around here. Quite a few of the islands have a gimmick, have some sort of puzzle to them. Now, I've already worked out this one because I've seen this island before in my test run, but the puzzle in this case, really not that difficult. If we interact with these, they will depress. You got to get them in the right order, but it's fairly easy to look at this. That looks like 1, that looks like 2, that has 3 ends, so 3, and this clearly has 4, though these two could be argued are reversed, but because that does technically have 4 ends to the line, but still it was very easy to work that one out. So there we go. We've now got a chest. However, I need a key to open it. Well, as it happens, I should be able to make one. I need iron and gold to do that, or I can just use gold to make coins. I can make a slimy pickaxe, but we don't have any slimes yet. And I can also make bottles if I have some glass. Right, let me grab this wheat and also this cotton. Can I eat the wheat? No, I can't. So I'm going to have to produce that into some secondary resource, flour, and then probably bread. I very much doubt I can just straight up eat the flour either, but you know, one can but hope. Right, I'm getting quite hungry, so I'm going to gobble down some fish for now. They do give quite a lot, and apparently eating raw fish here is not likely to give you the runs very well, or anything worse for that matter. Right, okay, let's consider, can we place down more fish traps? I can. Marvelous. Can I place down even more? I can. That is doubly marvelous. I approve. Now that should start to pay back as we end up in a position where we don't have to worry too much about our food. We just need to occasionally run past that area and hoover up all of the fish that we have managed to catch, and or the sand and or the seaweed, as the case may be. I've not seen it catch anything other than sand, seaweed, and fish, but I may just not have played the game long enough to notice that. We'll grab the coal and the gold down here because we're going to want it for that key. There we go. Oh, our first slime. Hello. Please don't attack me while I'm gobbling down food. Hello. There we are. Wallop. There we are. Our first bits of slime. Marvellous. However, I'm going to need to grab these. I am really low on food. Well, most vexing. Take you out. Please hurry up and catch me food, my lord. I'm going to just straight up gobble this down. It doesn't give me a lot of energy, but it'll give me a little bit. Right, so we're going to want for a key, we're going to want 4 iron and 2 gold ingots. Oh, actually I have everything there. So 8 iron ingots will give me a slimy pickaxe. Upgrading your gear, obviously, pretty good. But let's go for just 2 gold ingots first. How much iron was required? Only 4 iron. All right, we may have enough. Yes, we do. Marvelous. So let's go ahead and craft all of that right away. And while that's all going on, I'm going to go ahead and get some more stone. Maybe get some more furnaces in time, because we're probably going to be using a lot of those over time. There we are. And this coal as well. Hopefully we're going to catch some fish soon, or at the very least, some berry bushes will spawn in the world. Oh, there we go. Caught something. A fish! Marvelous! And another fish. Ah, life is grand. Right, we've got our first key. Let's go ahead and craft that. And while all that's going on, gobble down these delicious, delicious fish. Now, eventually, we are going to be able to cook them, and I can't wait for that time to arrive. But right now, that is not this time. So we're going to just have to deal with the fish wet and wiggling, as Gollum might say. Right, can we open this now? Yes, we can. What did we get? Vampire wings. 30% chance to recover health when killing enemies. My lord, this is amazing. That is fantastic. I didn't even realize that wings were in the game. But you will get different things from the chest, it appears. There doesn't seem to be any kind of progression with it, or at least this does seem like a really good item to have gotten early on. I know that there are other items, and it may well be like Terraria, and your chance of getting an artifact is purely random. Maybe a little bit weighted, who knows. But yes, unlocking those chests, very, very good, as you can tell. I'm going to gobble down the seaweed there, and maybe the citrus as well, just to recover a bit more. And you know what, actually I'm going to grab that one as well. There we go. Now then, what do we want to build next? Well, we've got a level up, so let's go ahead and check that out. So, now, we could go for storage, just unlock vaults. Now, as far as I'm aware, that's going to require steel. Does this give steel? It gives glass. We're going to go ahead and build activate industry. It probably is going to be worth our time activating the base skills for all of them. Fairly early on, but for now, yes, there we go. We've got steel. So I'm going to need, wow, okay, 4 gold, 4 iron. That is prohibitively expensive. I disapprove. What else can I build, though? The sewing station. So I'm going to need 4 bricks. Okay, I think we can make that happen. As for farming, we're going to need more of everything for that. But I see down yonder way a slime. And also some berries. Fantastic, because I definitely need more berries to be able to make more fish traps so that I can have more food at all times. That'll do very nicely. Now, over here, it's getting a little bit clustered around there, but I would ultimately like to have just an area full of fish traps just reaching off into the distance. It would be rather cool. But we need 4 bricks for now, so let's get 4 bricks going. And also check. Ah, fantastic. So many fish. Ah, this is good times. We should be well on our way to being self-sufficient for food. Granted, our diet is not particularly varied, and I can't imagine particularly appetizing. I'll be honest, eating raw fish. I mean, this is different to sashimi. This is just straight up raw fish. We just pulled it out of the water and then just took a big old hunking bite out of the side of it while it was still wiggling helplessly. The wiggling stopped very soon after, I imagine. Right, let's go ahead and build the sewing station. Now, where are we going to build this? It doesn't seem that you can move around once you've placed an item down, which is kind of annoying, but I'm going to put it there just to illustrate something. I mentioned leave room around your buildings. Well, don't worry. You can, if you make a mistake, just go ahead and build a bridge. Now, it does fill in the gap, but still, it's not terribly bad, honestly. So what can we do over here? We can make, there we go, a small backpack. We need 2 flowers and 4 thread. I need more fiber for that. Okay. We can make a small wallet, which will need gold ingots and thread. I have no idea what a wallet does. Maybe it allows us to carry more money. If it's anything like Zelda, that would make sense. So sure, we'll go with that as our main idea for now. But for the time being, let's just continue to gather up some materials and hopefully get to the point that we've got some cotton soon. Oh, there is some cotton over there. But how much thread do we need? I think it was 4. That might take a little while of waiting. Yes, it was 4 thread, and each thread requires 2 fiber. How much do we get from a single plant? Enough for 1 thread. Okay, well, that's not ideal. I'll be honest. Nice try, slime. Okay, well, I'm going to continue gathering up some materials, and I shall bring you back when we're ready to progress a little bit more. And welcome back. We have passed through a night or two while I was just gathering some items together and generally improving my lot in life. We've got 2 skill points to spend, and we have got about enough thread to be able to make ourselves a backpack, which I think is a very big thing. I'm almost completely out of energy. Wow, that was really dumb of me to allow to happen. We'll eat 2 of these fish. There we go. Right, so we are going to need exactly 4 thread. So let's make exactly 4 thread. And grab as much as we can over here. As you can see, I've expanded out this little area with a few more fish traps, which is quite useful. I must say, the next thing I would like beyond getting a backpack, honestly, would be to get a better pick, because a better pick will mean I'll need to use less chops to harvest any particular resource, which in turn will save me quite a lot of energy. Let's go for the small backpack. There we go. Let's get that one on the make right away. That's fantastic. There we go. Grab a few odds and sods around here. There we are. And it's going to take a little while. So while all of that's going on, let's go ahead and check on our skills. Now then, we've got 2 skill points to spend. Now, I would very much like to get storages so that we can actually stockpile our resources somewhere other than our own inventory space because, well, obviously. So we're going to go ahead and grab that from the economy tree. There we go. Now that has unlocked Optics unlocks lighthouses, doubles light radius in the dark. Okay. Banking unlocks banks. All right. Coinage for, well, we could go for that. Carpentry unlocks torches. Structures cost 25% less wood. That would be useful. Gathering, though, again 4 inventory slots. I think we're going to go with gathering. That should help us out. We've got a couple of expanded inventory options now. Once we've built a storage, I'm not sure exactly how many that gives. I think it's something like 6 different inventory slots that aren't on your person. But this will give us 4, and we're also going to get the 4 from the backpack. It's either 4 or 2. Unlocks inscription tables. Well, that's not something we need. Fishing. Fishing traps catch things 50% faster and unlocks cooked fish. Probably worth us getting. But down here, we get farming, and that would also be very, very useful for us. Let's see what we can do. First and foremost, we're not that far off our next level, so that seems like a good place to be. We're at 46 EXP of 163. Now, one thing that I didn't show initially, and this is part for the course for incremental games, a small backpack adds 4 more inventory slots. Marvelous. And that is that as we've been going along building these fish traps, they have been becoming more expensive to build. That is pretty normal for incremental games. The more of a building you have, the more expensive that building is to make more of. And that allows the game to kind of curb how quickly you expand your ability to mass produce object. Let's grab some gold over here. There we are. Now, to buy our next bit of land, what's the cheapest bit of land? Oop, that's the wrong thing. Buy land. 270, 60, 50, 80. So 50 is all we need. We've got 10 currently. Well, we could go for some steel. Let's have a quick look at what is required for our buildings. Economic. The vault requires 10 brick, 3 steel. That is an incredibly expensive prospect, that one. Because that's going to require 12 gold ingots and 12 iron ingots and 12 coal, beside all the coal that went into making all of the gold. We've got quite a lot of gold ore, though. We do not have much iron ore, however. We do have quite a few trees, so we're going to go ahead and start production of some coal while we gather some more iron ore. Actually, that's quite fortuitous. That's exactly what we need right now. There we go. We've got so many things caught in our fish traps. Oh, this is glorious. Marvelous, in fact. This is just like the crab pots in Stardew Valley. There we go. We're gonna have plenty of food. It's not gonna be an issue. Even if it was just all raw fish, honestly, at this point, we're probably producing enough to be safe from energy drain. Though it's always useful to have plenty of additional options when it comes to food. At this point, I'm going to start eating the fish straight up because we've got plenty of it. And so we're going to keep the seaweed. I don't know if it's used for anything later on, but it's probably worth not just eating it all up. Down here, we've got a beet as well. There we go. There's a slime over there. The scallywag. Right, there we go. I am actually going to want to get about 8 iron bars for me to upgrade my pickaxe, and that's probably well worth getting, honestly, instead of going for the vault first. So, sure, let's have a quick look. How many of these can I get? I can get 5. We need a lot more iron ore, unfortunately, but that will be something that we can get in time. Patience is the name of the game with an incremental game. Even an incremental game where you're quite active. Let's grab you. Got a little bit more gold over here. Okay, while we're waiting for the iron to accrue, I'm going to go ahead and just continue gathering more resources and living off raw fish. I shall bring you back when we have enough iron to progress to the slimy pickaxe. Marvelous. Actually, wait. Did I just read that right? We have enough, except we don't have enough wood now. Well, drat. I could recycle some of these, but I don't think we get all of the wood back. But maybe these 2 trees will bring us enough. I don't know if you ever get 4 wood from them. I think there's usually 2, but we might be super lucky and get another one in a moment. But if not, then I will bring you back when we have enough. Let's go and have a quick look. No, we're 1 shy. Of course we are. Of course. And welcome back. I think we probably have enough materials to hand now to get on with a little bit more. We've also got a level up, and we're a good bit of the way towards the next There we go. Perfect. Some extra fiber. We need more thread. Quite a lot more thread. So let's get that on the build, because I would very much like to build a wallet and find out exactly how that works. A little bit of extra wheat will never did anyone any harm. Except, unless you're allergic to it, in which case it's quite a lot of harm, actually. Right. Let's grab a little bit more fish while we wait for that thread to be done. And there we go. Also, an extra tree. Marvelous. Absolutely wonderful. There we go. Right, I would very much like a small wallet. You made out of 4 of the 16 gold ingots that we have to hand. And over here, I would very much like the slimy pickaxe. Now, that's going to use up an awful lot of my iron, which does pain me a little bit because we were only 1 away from setting up a vault. But I think that pickaxe is going to be much, much, much more useful to us initially. We will also grab an extra little bit of sand there and some coal while we wait for our new items to be made. There we go. Now, the pickaxe, and much like the backpack, isn't going to use up an inventory slot. I imagine the wallet is going to be the same thing. Coins are worth 50% more. Oh, wow. Okay, that's actually very, very good. And there we go. The slimy pickaxe. Damage is increased by 75%. Gain 50% more jelly when killing slimes. Well, that actually sounds pretty good. I wish I had that a little bit earlier, considering how many slimes I have been slaying. Let's go ahead and gobble down some of that. You'll notice that we do have a fair old... Oh, wow, look at how much faster that's going. That is absolutely marvelous. I approve. We do have a skill point to spend as well, so we're going to go ahead and spend that right now. Okay, let's have a quick look. What do we want to go for? There are 64 skills, my lord. We could go for banking. Unlocks banks. That may be worth us doing. We could go for fishing instead and get more fish. But honestly, at the moment, I don't think that we're hurting for fish. Farming is quite an interesting one. We'd have windmills. We'd unlock bread. We'd unlock the shovel. Alternatively, we could continue down more of an industrial route. Structures cost 25% less wood, and it unlocks torches. But do we really need torches? This unlocks leather. Now, leather sounds like it's more of a thing that I would want, frankly. Yeah, we're going to go with leather for now, I think. Let's go ahead and grab that one. We're not far off our next skill, so it'll be interesting to see what we get. Textiles unlocks boots and gloves. And smelting. Furnaces work 25% faster, as do forges. Well, that's not really going to be a big impact to us because, frankly, we're not using our 2 furnaces and our forge very much as it stands. But, yes, there we go. We do need leather, but we also need hide, which we don't have much of. In fact, any. So that is a bit of a wee problem. But since we've just upgraded our wallet, that may actually mean that it's time for us to start making some coins. Don't worry, it's not illegal. We are absolutely allowed to mint our own coins here. Wow, okay, we got to level up that fast. That's actually a little bit surprising, but marvelous. Let's go ahead and grab you then. Sure, smelting is the next one we're going to go for. But before we do that, if we're about to make coins, that does actually make sense for us to get our forges to make more coins. All right, I'm going to grab it. I'll bite. Let's see what we get. We will have access to markets after that. Ooh, maybe we could sell some of the excess resources that we don't need. I like this idea. We don't have enough of that, unfortunately. Bone pickaxe. Not happening anytime soon. But coins, on the other hand. Oh, I don't think we're going to make all of those. Let's make 4 coins and just see. Are these literally going to be 4 coins? Well, there shouldn't be. We'll make 4 coins each. So we'll see how that goes. 12 coins. What? That doesn't make any sense. Maybe... Okay, so we get 3 coins per? Oh, no, sorry. We're making 8. Right, okay, yeah. I was thinking multiplication instead of just straight up addition. It didn't say it was going to multiply the output. It just said it was going to give us more. And also we are getting more jelly, so that's actually not too bad. We're already at 55 coins. That is actually fantastic. That came about a lot faster than I was expecting. Marvelous. I approve. Okay, so let's go ahead and buy some new land then. In fact, we could afford any of the land. But I think we're going to try and get a square, though. That's going to be inordinately expensive. Still, let's go for this land. Really? Really? A tiny amount of land is not what I was wanting. I wanted a lot of land.
if it wasn't obvious. I felt that was kind of implicit. Fine. Okay, we'll just gobble down the fish here. We should have enough, I think, for us to build up some bridges out there. So sure. I'll just build up a little bit. On the plus side, you can build on bridges. There is a hen. We have a hen on our island. Oh, is livestock perhaps tied to the amount of land you own? Because that is something that's tracked at the very least. I need a key. We're going to need some more iron ingots then, aren't we? Do we have any iron? We do. Marvelous. Ooh, there's more slimes being spawned. Ah, is this because as we're getting more land, is the overall respawn rate increasing? That would be pretty cool. And that would be a very strong argument for getting as much land as fast as you can. So we may have to go into the minting business. That would seem to... Oh, a cow. Well, I imagine that's how I get hide. Sorry, beefs. Please have hide. Oh, thank goodness. Otherwise, I would have felt incredibly guilty for killing you. There we go. We have hide. There we go. Some more stuff over here. What do you give? Oh, I can interact with you. Wait. If I keep you around, you'll just keep giving me... Why am I surprised by this? That is exactly how they work. But still, I was expecting... Look, okay, not all games make sense with real world laws. Okay? I was thinking game logic. And game logic is not always, logical. But it's fine. That is marvelous. We are definitely seeing a higher respawn rate. So this is marvelous. I approve enormously of this. There we go. Some coal over here. So as you progress, there'll be more things to do. Though also, I get the impression that the game does sort of lend itself to the further you progress, the less you have to do because greater amounts of automation become possible. Let's gobble down. Oh, I've got some regular meat as well. Well, they're all actually pretty good. But the fish I'm producing a large amount of. That being said, I mean, the chickens are going to be producing eggs forever, but how often do they produce? Might be once a day. That would be an interesting one. We'll have to see about that, because it does have a daylight cycle, and one would assume that that is more than just visual. Let's grab a little bit over there, but definitely the fish are going to be my primary source of food for the time being. It makes the most sense to use them, since it does seem, for all intents and purposes, to be quite an easily acquired resource, and I can actually, oh my lord, I can actually build more fishing traps, whereas I can't build more chickens. Right, the key. There we go. Let's go ahead and craft that one, please and thank you. How many ingots we got? Go ahead and make that. How many gold? Oof, wow. Sure. Go ahead and make all of the gold, please. If nothing else, we'll turn it into coins and then buy more land, because I feel cheated with that little land over there. That being said, it does have a chest on it, so I suppose I shouldn't be too upset about it. Right, what we got? We've got XP gain increased by 20%. What a fantastic item to get early on. I approve enormously. Yes, please. Our luck seems to be pretty good right now. That being said, I don't know what possible items exist. Maybe we are getting... Oh, did I just pick up... I just picked up poop. I'm not sure. I'm happy about this, I'll be honest. Not sure how I know how I'm meant to feel about it. Either way, we've got plenty more gold ore, which is always quite good, and we're actually getting fairly close to our level now. 173 of 217. Marvelous. And plenty of ore rocks popping up just about everywhere. We're almost done with the gold. Though, one of the things I'm noticing, I'm not getting any XP for smelting stuff. That is a little bit of a disappointment. But I guess that would mean that things wouldn't be able to... Ooh, I found an emerald. Marvelous. Aha! You are producing more eggs. This is fantastic. I'll grab that. No, come back. Give me your eggs. There we go. I'll also need... Ooh, that is not fantastic, though. Starting to hurt for room. I'm going to eat the meat just so that I can start thinning out my inventory where I can. That is going to become a bit of an issue, I fancy. Bit of an issue. Well, there's nothing else to do over there. We could just start making steel, I guess. I imagine, yeah, at this point then, steel is going to be the focus for me. simply because I want to be able to get, though I could also make glass, but I'm going to want to be able to build the vault so I can actually store things. Oh, catch 50 fish. I have no idea what I've just won. Something scary looking. It looked like something out of Nuclear Throne. I certainly hope it isn't, but that is what it looked like to me. I'm liking this increased EXP game. I approve of that. Enormous. And I've got a ruby. Great, I'm back to square one with my inventory again. Well, I could throw things away. I just really don't want to. What I could do... Ooh, I've got an even number of cotton. That's great, because I can turn it all into thread. There we go, perfect. Right, let's go and find out what this skill is then. What have we got over here? Markets. Ooh, yes. Yes, let's unlock markets. With this, maybe we can just turn the items that clogging up my inventory into cash. Artistry, crafted items sell for 25% more, okay. And commerce. Items discarded from your inventory are instantly sold instead. Oh, now that sounds good. That sounds very good. That sounds like something you'd need in Torchlight. Okay. How does one build a market? 5 leather, 20 bricks. Okay, and 40 wood. All right, I think we can make this happen. I'm going to need a lot more coal, though. But, okay, there's plenty of coal around, so let's go ahead and start gathering this stuff up. Oh, wow, it's going to take us... I'm going to need more beefs. Where are all the beefs? I require your delicious, delicious Heidi goodness. And also the beef. There we go. All right, I'm going to continue gathering resources while we wait to gather up enough to build our first market. And then we'll see what we can sell in there. Hopefully, we get to that point before I have to dump anything out of my inventory. My inventory is full. I've been watching my little dude say that for the last several minutes, and we are no closer to having the leather needed to make a market, much to my serious dismay on that one. So instead, we're going to go ahead and try to build a vault. Now, the tricky thing is, unfortunately, my inventory's full, and I've just made a new resource needed to make the vault. That is steel. And yeah, so we're in a bit of an impasse, really, if you think about it. So we're going to have to drop something. Now, we could drop it, or perhaps we can... Oh, there we go. We can craft it into something else. My energy is low. That hurt. Okay. I was overcome by frustration at my inventory being full, and I did stuff that was a bit silly. Oopsie. Right, okay, well, we've got 3 levels to use on this. That should be quite nice. Right, well, we can go straight for commerce and then just straight up drop things. Yes, perfect. I approve. Let's go ahead and grab that. There we go. What does that give us? Supply. Market sell more items or jewelry. Unlocks amulets. Gems sell for 20% more coins. That's kind of cool as well. We could get fishing, so we could start cooking our fish. We could get farming, so maybe we could actually start producing more items. But I think we're going to go with smelting, because honestly, I've just been making steel, or rather making a little bit of steel, but mostly making gold and iron whilst whiling away the hours, and oh my lord, that takes so long. Craftsmanship unlocks royal steel, unlocks royal clothing. That doesn't necessarily on my list of things to do. Unlocks a flower press. Is that something I want? I'm honestly not sure about that one. I might go for wood cutting or fishing, honestly, but the flower press does kind of... I mean, machinery? That sounds like something that would lend itself towards automation. Perhaps we should go for machinery then. That being said, it's a bit of a hard one, honestly. All of these kind of help out a little bit. I am going to go with farming, I think. Yeah, we're going to grab farming. I would like to be able to do a little bit more with the food side of things. Novice scrolls. Agriculture. Farms yield 25% more resources. Animals yield 25%. Oh, that sounds good. Unlocks sprinklers as well. Also cooking. Unlocks cookpots, sugar, mayo, and cheese. Oh, that all sounds marvelous. I approve enormously. Okay, well, let's actually have a look at what I can drop out my inventory now. So I want to drop some things. Shall I drop this? Can I Sell item. Yes. There we go. 90 straight away. Oh, I approve. Let's grab a little bit of everything. All of the things. A little bit of it. And we're going to use that. Can I get any health from this? I cannot. So I'm just going to straight up sell it. There we go. And I would like to steal, please. There we are. Oh, that's so useful. Economy. What a fantastic skill tree it is. Oh, no, thank you. Let's get rid of you. There we are. And let's grab a little bit of all of this, because otherwise it does kind of get out of hand. It builds up really, really quickly and then surprises you. Right, okay, so we have the steel. Now then, let's have a quick look at what we can build. The vault. Now, where would I like to place my vault? I could place it down here. I could place it up on my little island. I could place it over there right in the middle. There's lots of places we could make this happen. I'm thinking down here, sure. There we go. That was 30 EXPs worth. Now, how does the vault work? Looks like we just dropped things in. I'm going to go ahead and move over all of my ores, stones, coal. It's basically the actual mined resources. I guess sand could go in there as well. Is there anything else that I would consider? Wood, sure. So like the building blocks, the very foundations of our area. Is that it? So yes, it's just straight up 6. Now, do I have to transfer things back over there? Or does that go... No, does it all? Oh my lord, that is so much more useful than I was expecting it to be. I approve. Yes, please. Right, let's grab all of these items. So, our inventory woes are alleviated somewhat. And now I assume that they're going to be more expensive to build more of. How much does the next one cost? Okay, 12 bricks and... actually, the steel cost hasn't gone up. So, that's actually fine. I don't mind that at all. And if need be, I can now at least sell all of the stuff off. So, that is also fine. But we are going to want to check out our farming options now as well. Let's grab a little bit more wood, send it over to the wood vault. That's going to be truly marvelous. I guess you could end up with vaults for specific items, kind of like groupings of items. Like for right now, we've got the minables, the main minerals, and wood. That seems reasonable to me. Also sand from the fish traps, but we could probably end up with a lot of other things. This little island is becoming quite wild. Let's go ahead and... no, I saw that one coming, a scallywag. No, absolutely not. Oh, there we go. I healed from killing. Thank you very much, Vampire Wings. Truly the best of gifts. Can I have an egg now? Thank you. I, unfortunately, in my frustration of not finding any beefs, I killed all of the clucks. So, yes, that was unfortunate. I was hoping that perhaps there was some sort of limit on the amount of wildlife that was spawned, and by killing all of the chickens, that would free up some room, but it didn't seem to work out that way. I don't know, it might still be that way, but it was an observation over several days and several levels, so I hope that it isn't that random that you wouldn't be able to notice those kinds of changes. But let's have a look at our farming options. A windmill. I need 20 bricks. An awful lot of thread, that's fine. So 20 bricks shouldn't be difficult for us to get. How much can... yeah, we've already got 10, so let's go ahead and halve that and halve it. Oh, I can't halve it again, unfortunately. So I only need 10. Please go ahead and craft these. Now, we've also got a shovel, which I can straight up craft right now. That's fantastic. I approve. Now, the shovel, I believe, can be used to do more than just till soil. I believe it is primarily used for that, but I think there's more that you can do. Yeah, there. I think this can, in fact, be dug up for items. That may be true of everywhere, and it could just be that you've got a random chance whenever you dig the ground to find something interesting. But I think things like that have a higher chance, like areas where the dirt looks like it's been disturbed in some way. We're almost at level 13. My goodness, we're making fast progress. Well, of course, it'll be a little bit faster from your perspective than mine. Oh, there we are, some topaz. That might be something we can sell straight up. I would not mind that at all. Can I actually break this down? Is that something I can break? No. No, they are there forever, it seems. Very well. We'll just have to work with the terrain and build around it. That's fine by me, though. There we go. And there we go. We've got a shovel. dig up dirt to plant crops or to find items. Marvelous. Yes, indeed. Finding items. I approve of this. Let's go and dig. We found some bones and some sand. Very well. I also need to gobble down some fish there as well. Can I do that? Oh, no. Can I? No, it doesn't look. It looks like it is a specific area that I'm going to find items in. Oh, well, that's fine. Let's go. Ooh, there we are. Jealous. Have 100 jelly in your inventory. Sure. Okay. Whatever. There we go. Now, are there any other interesting disturbed piles of dirt? Yes, there is. Just above that beat up here. So let's go ahead and see what we've got there. We've got a ruby. Fantastic. I approve. Okay, so this shovel has opened up quite a few things for us then. But we still want to build this windmill. So let's have a look for where we want to build this. Oh no, we needed 30. My bad. Let's go ahead and build another 10 then. There we go. I'll get done quickly. So many chickens, so few cows. I'll be honest, I disapprove of this. I do want some more beefs. It might have helped if I hadn't killed the beefs that we had. Maybe they would have bred in time. But considering that the chickens came back, despite the fact that I killed all of them, I don't think that's strictly necessary. I don't think having a population there to begin with is really going to make that much of a difference. Now, we've got a lot of coins in our pockets. We may be able to do something like that very shortly. And in fact, to avoid placing my windmill anywhere I don't particularly want it to be, we're going to have a look at setting up, buying a new island before we actually place that down. I think that would probably be quite wise. Can I get some eggs from you? Yes, I can. Marvelous. I hope these areas, can I fill them back in? Because otherwise that's going to make me a little bit sad. Because eventually I would imagine that I would have little bits of dug up dirt all over the map. Just from the random areas spawning where I can actually find something useful. Right, there we go. Right, let's have a... Oh, there's another one. Yes, please. We've got some sand, another icon. What did I get? Oh, no, that was actually coins. Very well. 4 bones so far. How many bones do we need for the bone pickaxe? We've got all the bones we need. We just need iron. Oh, marvelous. And if we can get a water shovel. That sounds like some sort of elemental weapon. Are there elemental weapons in this game? I have no idea. We're learning this as we go. But it sounds particularly interesting all the same. Right, I think we should be able to purchase this land. Oh no, we're just a little bit shy. That's fine. What do we got over here then? Now, we could go for agriculture. We could go for cooking. I'm somewhat tempted to go for cooking, honestly. If nothing else, we might be able to get some better items, but maybe the flower press would make something cool? Royal steel, royal clothing. I mean, maybe that could be sold. Would the flower press give me something that I could sell for more? Yeah, let's try and get a flower press. Let's see what that makes. I'm interested in what machinery leads to. Masonry. Unlocks braziers. Structures cost 25% less stone and brick. Oh, that actually is quite good. Drilling. Unlocks offshore drills. Provides a 25% chance to find coal. Oh my lord, that sounds amazing. So just randomly digging, I can find coal. And automation. Oh, that sounds good. Unlocks a mining rod. Crafted items, collect them. Oh, that sounds fantastic. That is... we're moving into the future. So I'm assuming that means that I'm not going to have to run around picking up the bricks when my furnace is done making one. Then that actually does... honestly, we're getting in a little bit lazy, really, when that excites me as much as it does. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's grab all these trees as well. Please and thank you. Right, I would like a little bit more money. So, let's sell the topaz. There we are. And with... no, you scallywag trying to attack me while I was busy doing other things. Also, I would like a lot of iron, please. There we go. We might be able to get both the shovel and the pick with that. But now that we've done that, let's go ahead and buy this land for 270. Oh, my lord. Were there beefs? There are beefs. Oh, wait, no. Angry beefs? I can't even pass what that is. Ah! Apparently they're over here as well. I should... ouch, yes. Okay. I should probably not have attacked you before trying to see if you would do damage to me. That may have been dumb, because that kind of has spoiled the whole experiment, really, hasn't it? Yeah, it has. Let me go and kill some slime so I can recover some health, thanks to being, you know, partially a vampire. There we go. Oh, that's marvelous. I truly, truly approve. There is now poop on the island as well. I can only assume that the poop comes from the beefs, even though I saw no beefs over here to poop. But oh well, I'm not going to question it too hard. Wow, that was 5 leather. Oh, we might be able to get a market up soon. Anyway, even though we don't need it nearly as much anymore. What on earth was that? Arrows. Very well. So I assume then that we can make ranged weapons. That's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and have a look over here. Don't worry, I don't want to kill you. I just want the wheat from around there. Oh, can I? Ooh, okay. It looks like you're someone who wants to chat with me. So sure. Let's go ahead and build up a little bridge. I'm going to build a bridge over here, though, away from everywhere else, because I'm not entirely certain I want to connect to this island too willy-nilly, especially if there are angry things on it. Mind you, the angry things were also spawning on my island, so... Oh, regular beasts. Hello? No, you are still angry, and you will just randomly charge me. I hadn't attacked you. So I feel that is fair now, that we should just go ahead and... murder all of those angry beefs. There we go. And hello. You're just the person I was waiting for. Okay. The natural resources are being exploited by little jerks with I don't know what you mean. Clearly, I am a vampire. I need you to bring me 2 torch bugs so I can put them, keep them safe from harm. Oh. Wait a second. Wait. Let me go and have a quick look at something. Barely certain we can make glass from sand and coal. But could I make bottles? I can. Marvelous. Also, I can make an axe. So, we want to make glass then. We can make 1. I need more coal. Thankfully, we have plenty of coal. Ooh, I need to gobble down some food. We have plenty of coal, so that shouldn't be a problem. We are actually going to want quite a lot of it, though, to get what we want. I could make some more with the redonkulous amount of wood that I've got, so sure, that seems like a reasonable solution there. Let's go ahead and make a bunch of coal. Not all of that, thank you, but 40 seems like a decent amount. Go ahead. Also, that is getting on my nerves, so we're going to plonk down some bridges there so I can move around freely. At least on this side. I don't need it everywhere, but there is definitely good. Oh, there we go. Damage increased by 150%. Gain 50% more bone when killing skeletons. All right. What about fire pickaxe? Okay, I want whatever that is. I need more ingots, though. Can I make more? No. No, I cannot. But that is fine. I'm going to make some glass instead. But we are definitely getting there now. I'm feeling much happier about our progress. We seem to have resolved some of the beef problem, but I'm going to leave the cows that I saw on that island safe. All the same, just in case it is actually some sort of mechanism by which if you kill them all off, they take a very long time to respawn. Because that would suck enormously. Let's go ahead and grab all of these resources as well. I'm going to have to leave that one there because I don't want to kill the chicken if I don't have to. Oh, this pickaxe is amazing. Look at the amount of damage it does. This is glorious. I need more upgrades for my pickaxe. Let's grab this. And hopefully we will be able to get to the point where we can get the water shovel as well. But that being said, I got this island so I could place down a windmill. But alas, it hasn't really presented itself as a good place to put a windmill. Now, I believe we should, if I'm very lucky, be able to place it on wood like this. So let's go ahead and build out this little area for ourselves. Not sure how big the structure is, but let's assume a 3x3, shall we? So 3x3 in the middle there. Sure. Let's finish fleshing this out. Now, I don't believe that bridges cost more over time. I could be completely wrong about that, and I could have just... No, they are always full. Okay, right, I need more bricks. Of course I do. And more thread. Of course I do, because I've been using it all up. That being said, I am about to get a market, so maybe we're not going to have to worry about it too much. Sure, let's go ahead and build a market if we can. Can I build a market? I can, marvelous. Oh my lord, that is a big structure. You know what? That seems like an auspicious place to put a market. I like it. I'm going to put it there. So let's get that going, and I think at that point, we're probably running out of time for this first episode of the possibly first taste, maybe something a little bit bigger. Do let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see more Forager in the future. But before we wrap things up, we are going to get this marketplace down, and maybe if we get some more episodes besides, we will... we will see if we can also get the windmill down as well. I wonder if I can chop down that enormous tree. No. Don't worry, we're not going to wrap this up until I have that marketplace. Oh, there's loads of trees around. So actually, no, that one's got a door in it. That would be a little bit rude, I think. It's probably the NPC's house. So no chopping that down. But let's see what we can do finally with the market. There we go. Let's pop that right there. And we can build it on the wood. That is glorious. Okay, so market. I can buy sage scrolls for an awful lot of money. Bricks. Quite a lot of bricks too. Beets. And I can sell pretty much whatever I want. I can just straight up sell that. Buy, sell one. Buy, sell all. Restocks in 10 minutes. Okay, I'll sell this arrow as well. So will you get different things in here over time, perhaps? Who can say with any great certainty? But I think that's a pretty good place to wrap things up. I really do hope that you've enjoyed the episode and will be joining me for the next, if there is a next. Again, do let me know down in the comments below if you're interested in seeing more of Forager. But that's it from me. So until next time, and as always, do take care, everyone. And don't kill all the cows.